Hey girls, it's Katie. I am 34 weeks pregnant today, just 3 weeks away from being full term, and the pressure's really on. The good news this week is that we've gotten a ton of work done on our house in the past week. This weekend was just super productive. And today we did a tour of the labor and delivery unit at the hospital that we're going to be at. Actually, it was a CNA who did the little tour for us, and she had actually delivered a baby, her daughter, with the same midwife that we are using 15 years ago. So it was really cool. She had nothing but positive things to say about her experience. So yeah, that was good to hear, you know. Our midwife has been great so far, and I know that she has like a long track record. But just to hear somebody else who even 15 years ago said that she had such a wonderful experience with her is really encouraging. There have been a few challenges this week as well. So I've been getting increasingly breathless in my videos. It's something I've always noticed in other pregnant women's videos where they are always sniffly and out of breath. And I feel like I'm finally there too. So I think I've complained about this before, but major problem this week is sleeping. I've been getting up at 4 in the morning and I just can't sleep anymore. And then I'm totally exhausted in the afternoon. It's really messing me up. So I don't really know how I'm gonna be, what kind of hours I'm gonna be keeping at work over the next 6 weeks or so, possibly. Yeah, I sort of want to work as much as possible to just bank money, but it's been a struggle. Yeah, I'm tired. Also this week, I think I mentioned this maybe last week also, but this week there's been a major uptick in my swelling. I've never really experienced swelling before. But by the end of the day, my ankles and feet are super swollen, and I have to, you know, elevate them. And then when I wake up in the morning, all the fluid has shifted from my feet to my face. It's awesome. So like, I'm totally swollen early in the day up here, and then by the end of the day, it all just like drains to the bottom, and then we just do it over again. Yeah, it's pleasant. What is kind of nice that's helping me is I have this like Avon foot spray that has alcohol in it, so it feels really cool. And I've been spraying that on my feet. It smells like coconut. It's like a little trip to the beach. But it feels good. I don't know. It just helps with the heat and the swelling and stuff. A couple of pairs of my shoes don't really fit comfortably anymore. So yeah, we're there. 3rd trimester. Also this week I started doing the perineal or perineal, however you pronounce that, massage, which doesn't feel awesome. It feels about as good as stretching out your vagina sounds like it would. I don't know why I thought that it wouldn't be that unpleasant, but anyway, I'm not loving it. But it hopefully will be better than tearing. Yeah. If anybody has any particular tips or experiences with that, if you've used it and you didn't tear, or if you've used it and you did tear, maybe you didn't do it very often, I don't know. Any comments, I'm open to them. So we sort of had a little setback this week, just personally in regards to our health insurance. So my husband, I'm insured through my husband's work, as is he, as the baby will be also. Sort of our only option because I work for a small business that doesn't offer benefits. And I do think the coverage is better than what we could get sort of paying out of pocket for, you know, any sort of plan from anybody else. So Mike had gotten quotes from his HR rep saying that, you know, pretty much we could expect that our insurance premiums will go up about $80 a month after the baby comes. And we had sort of worked that into the budget and weren't concerned about it. Actually, we were thinking that we probably could afford for me to just do some work from home, but not have to go back to work full-time, or possibly even part-time. So we're feeling good about that and pretty excited. However, this week he actually met with the insurance person, and when it came down to really like filling out the paperwork, actually the insurance is going to go up $400 a month. So that's significant, and that does sort of change our expectations for whatever, what our options are. So of course we're like further reducing our expenses, but we have a pretty low cost lifestyle anyway, so it's not a whole lot to cut back. So that's really discouraging. So it's just the state of healthcare in our country. I just don't think it should be this hard for people who work and are pretty healthy. It shouldn't cost you, you know, such a huge chunk of your expenses to pay for insurance, and then have the insurance not really be that great anyway. Okay, we'll work it out, and hopefully, you know, things will change for the better in the future. Okay, enough bad news. I wanted to say how exciting it's getting that there's sort of like a group of people I've been following since, you know, the beginning of their pregnancies on YouTube, and I sort of feel like we're in a little cohort, because we're certain people, like, you know, we're due within a month or so of each other. So I followed their journeys like a little bit more closely than people I had followed earlier on when, you know, I could just relate a little bit less. And, you know, people in that group are starting to have their babies. It's so exciting, and it really drives home the fact that I soon will too. I'm just so happy for everybody and so excited to finally be getting there. This coming week, I'm hoping to finally get my garden in completely. My in-laws are coming to visit. They're coming this weekend, and they're going to be here sort of indefinitely. I think they're going to be here at least a week, I think, but it's not totally determined, so just getting things lined up, I guess. I don't know how much entertaining I'm going to be up for, but hopefully they'll understand that. I do have a midwife appointment next, a week from today, so next Thursday. Mike is going to come with me, and we're going to be really talking about our birth plan. I'll be 35 weeks at that point, so, you know, we don't have a whole lot more time to talk about these things with our midwife before the time comes. I'm also going to be tested next week for the Group B strep test to see whether or not I have Group B strep. So I'll keep you posted. I'm really crossing my fingers that I don't have it, so I don't have to deal with the whole antibiotics thing. But we'll see. I guess I'll just do a quick belly shot. I'm pretty tired and I have to go clean and grocery shop and do a bunch of stuff. But hope everybody's having a great week. I can't believe we're already into like the middle of May. I hope spring has sprung for just about everybody, and you're enjoying time outside, and I hope things are good. Okay, 34 weeks. Kind of big. So the baby at one point was head down, but in the past 2 days or so, it's been moving all over the place, and now it's transverse again, and it's getting really uncomfortable because I don't have the space under my ribs for like a head and a full body. So right now it's taking up a ton of room in the wrong place, and I can't wait for it to decide to go back the right way. Also, my belly button is pretty much totally flattened out. It's just flat. It's not not really popped out. Just the whole area is just sort of smooth. It's weird. 34 weeks. I'll probably do a measurement next week after my appointment when I have a weight update and all that stuff too. Thanks for watching, guys. So the best thing to happen in my 33rd week is that we bought a dryer. We haven't had a dryer since we moved from Alaska. We've just used clothesline, which is great. There's only been a few times in the winter where it would be too cold or it would be too dark by the time we got home from work. We could really only do laundry on the weekends. So that was a little bit inconvenient. And we started thinking about getting a dryer with a baby so that we could always be assured of being able to do laundry late at night, have things be dry when we need them, have enough clean diapers. And I still plan to use the clothesline most of the time. But I got to fluff up my diapers. Finally, there's been all this baby stuff that I really wanted to wash and dry so that things would shrink properly and soften up, and I'd be ready to store them away until we're ready to use them, and I finally got to do that, so that's been fun for me. I'm sure I'll laugh at myself a few months from now when I look back at how excited I was to do laundry, but for right now, hooray for fluff.